Now, today we are looking at calculations involving error. And I told you, error is the what? Is the difference between the what? The actual what? Value and what? Estimated what? Value. So we looked at what error is, and now we want to look at calculation involving error. Now let's look at case 1. Case 1. In case 1, given that Q is equals to A plus B, if the error associated with A and B is change in A and change in B. So how do we go about this? So since we are given this, then respectively, then change, then we'll then say, since they're giving us change in A and change in B, as the error associated with A and B, then we'll now say Q plus change in Q will be equals to what? Will be equals to A plus what? Plus change in A. Okay? Put it in brackets and put plus here. This plus. Plus, open the bracket, B plus change in B. Please let me be sure that you can see clearly so that I can take it up. So we'll now look at, okay, you can see. That's brilliant. One more step down. So you now have Q will be what? Q plus change in Q will be equals to A plus change in A plus B plus change in B. These are the errors associated with this A for change in A and change in B for B. So what do we do next? So it will now be Q plus change in what? Q will be equals to, now let's break this out. Let's expound it so that we can be able to get our final result. A, you bring A plus what? Change in A plus what? B plus change in B. Plus change in B. Okay, so the next thing we need to do here is to collect like terms. What I mean collecting like terms, or we can rearrange the terms for easy what? Description. So I'm going to clean this up part now. Follow me with the speed of light. So what do I do? This now will not say Q plus change in Q will then be equals to what? A. Now I have to bring B closer to A. So it will be plus what? B plus what? Change in A. You have to be orderly, okay? Plus change in B. So you see now change in one direction, A and B in this other direction. Now, but don't forget that we said Q is equals to A plus B. What that actually means is that anywhere I see A plus B, I will replace it as Q. Are you with me? So in this case, I will just write Q, okay, plus what? Change in what? Q, which will be A plus B will now be another Q plus change in A plus change in what? B. If I'm going to correct like them, I'll take this here. And once I take this here, to be Q minus Q is out, 0. So this and this will go. So what do I have? Change in Q will now be equals to what? Change in what? A plus change in B. Therefore, you will say from this, therefore, the error associated with Q, therefore, the interpretation is, therefore, the error associated with what? With Q is the summation. Summation means addition. Summation of the errors of A and B. So with this is what it is. So to get the error of Q, you have to sum the errors of A and B. That's the meaning of this change in A and change in B. In the next video, we're going to look at case 2. Stay tuned. Thank you. And I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay, at Adobe, see it this way, Adobe Fikemba YouTube channel. Fikemba, okay? This E. Physics, chemistry, and biology. That's the meaning. Adobe Fikemba. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Then for Facebook and Instagram, you can also subscribe at Adobe Fikemba. Thank you. See you in the next video. We're going to look at case 2.